Hello everyone, my name is Chandramani and today I will be covering the topic concept of light. When we hear the word light, what do we understand from that? Light is a form of energy that can be transformed into another form of energy. When we hear the word light, we might also think, how does light travel? Let me tell you one thing, light does not require any medium to travel or for its propagation. But let me tell you one thing more, light is really fast. The speed of light is 3 into 10 to power 8 meter per second. That means light really travel very faster, right? But when we see light traveling, we hear the word propagation. What does it mean? In a homogeneous transparent medium, when light travels in a straight path, it is called rectilinear propagation of light. That means they travel the path of light. Then when we have heard about rectilinear propagation of light, then what does light help us do? Light helps us to visualize things. Light helps us visualize object, visualize image. But how does it happen? It happens just because of reflection. But what does reflection mean? The phenomenon, reflection is a phenomenon by which the ray of light is changed. That means the direction of ray of light is changed. That means propagation of ray of light is changed between the boundaries of the medium through which it cannot pass. Right? So when reflection occurs, there are different types of reflection, but mainly we classify into two types. That is regular reflection or specular reflection. That is regular or specular, and second one is irregular, right? Or diffuse type of reflection. What does regular reflection mean? The reflection of light from a well polished or a well shiny surface, that means an even surface, is called regular reflection or specular reflection. That means, consider this as a shiny surface. When light will fall on this surface, a uniform reflection will be generated. That means the reflection of rays or reflection of light will be uniform. Then what does irregular reflection of light means? That means whenever light is projected, or one thing more, regular reflection of light can also be called mirror imaging, right? But what does irregular reflection means? When a light is propagated on wall or propagated on wood, then it is scattered in different direction. It is also called scattering of light. So if this is the surface, that means uneven surface is there, or the surface from which light cannot reflect properly, then if light is propagated here, what will happen? It can go in any direction. When another light is propagated here, it can go in any direction. That means when light falls on an uneven surface, the scattering of light occurs. So this is what is called reflection, and it is classified into two types, that is regular reflection or irregular reflection. Now when we say that reflection of light, that means on a polished or a linear surface, on a plane surface, how the light will behave, right? How the light will reflect, how the light will fall on the surface, and how it will behave. Consider this as a plane surface. I have named it M dash. Now what we are doing? We are propagating a light. That means we are throwing a light onto the plane surface in this direction. Right? I have named it as I and O. What will happen now? The light will be reflected back. Right? Now I have named it as R. Now I am drawing a normal. This O is called point of incidence. Point of incidence. Now if I draw a perpendicular line through the point of incidence, this might not be a straight line, looks like a straight line. Consider this is perpendicular, and I have named it as N. Now NO is normal to the plane surface, M dash. So the angle, and this is called incident light. That means we are throwing light onto a surface. You can call it incident ray, and this one as reflected rays. So when this incident light, that means the incident I and O, the angle which the incident rays makes with the normal O and N is called angle of incidence, and it is denoted by letter I. This is called angle of incidence, right? And the angle which the reflected rays RO mixed with the normal O and N is called angle of reflection, and it is denoted by small letter R. What is this called? Angle of reflection. Now, according to the law of reflection, what does it say? Laws of reflection says the incident ray, the normal, and the reflected ray all lies on the same plane. So what will happen? If they all lie in the same plane, what will happen? The incidence angle, the angle of incidence, what is angle of incidence? The angle which the incident rays is making with the normal ON at the point of incidence is called angle of incidence. So this angle of incidence will always be equal to angle of reflection. That is, angle I is equal to angle of reflection, that is angle R. So this is the law of reflection. Always the incident ray, the angle which the incident ray is forming with the normal of the plane will always be equal to the angle of reflection which the reflected rays is forming with the normal of the plane. So this is all about the basics of concept of light, and we have learned about the law of reflection. So thank you very much.